Welcome to Victoria 3, the only game where playing as Texas is just about as fun as playing as a consumable item in an RPG. But I'm here to announce to you all that Texas is finally fun to play. I've spent hundreds of hours testing, formulating, concocting, and finally coming up with a foolproof method to achieve Texan independence in Victoria 3. So, can I take the worst start in all of Victoria 3 and make them playable for anyone? Well, I thought you'd never ask. Texas has the worst start in Victoria 3, and you cannot change my mind about this. We start off at war with Mexico, a state vastly larger than ourselves and with a much larger military. Now, those of you who watched my Piratini video will know that Piratini starts off in kind of a similar situation, and it was pretty easy to beat Brazil. Well, in our case, Mexico is only in a 1v1 with us. They don't have anyone else to fight, which leaves us at the full mercy of the main Mexican military. I kid you not, it has taken me hours to develop a strategy that works, and then after I had that, Paradox patched the game and I had to remake a new strategy. So yeah, this is one of the hardest strategies I know of. I had to make a list, and now I'm gonna show you how to win as Texas. Step number 1, what you absolutely have to do, this is non-negotiable, come to your army, hire a general. We need to find a man who is tactful. This trait right here is the saving grace of Texas because it offers an extra 5 defense. Not 5%, just an extra 5 defense. And at low levels, this is an enormous amount of defense. Once you have a general who is tactful, recruit him, set him to defense, and then retire your old commander. He is of no use to us. He is an experienced defensive strategist, but that's not good enough. And you know what else isn't good enough? The number of people subscribed to this channel. If this number doesn't say 10,000 by the end of this month, I'll commit tax fraud. Anyway, after we do that, we're gonna set up the rest of everything else that doesn't pertain to the military. So decrees, road maintenance, social mobility, agricultural throughput, and enlistment efforts, with enlistment efforts being the most important one for you to grab. In the budget, taxes down to 1 to avoid radicalism, and military wages up to 5 to promote more people joining the military. Construction, you're gonna follow this very closely. First thing we want is a port. We need to be able to trade with the wider world. Queue up 1 port. Next, we need to fix our standard of living, so we need to increase the goods for our people, so we need a maize farm. We're gonna queue up 1 of those, and then a logging camp too because of the demand for wood, 1 cotton plantation, and 3 more maize farms after the fact. Research, society, we're gonna come down and grab pharmaceuticals first. We wanna get public health care to help our people have better lives and in turn boost the birth rate. Texas starts off with a very low population, and we're gonna have to get this bumped up in the future if we're gonna want any chance at surviving after this war. Once you get to this point, I recommend making a save because the next bit can be a little bit RNG. It's not too bad. I've managed to work out a lot of it, but just in case you don't want to do all this setup again, make a save right here, because now it's time for some advanced AI manipulation. Come to your army, where you're going to hit this button right here to transfer military units to another army. We're going to transfer this man and 1 line infantry battalion over to a new army. Confirm that. We're going to take this army with 4 individuals in it. We're going to come down, grab conscripts, grab this 1 conscript here, raise the conscript, hit this button to station it in an HQ and pull it off the front line and send it there. This is going to give us a minus 64% advantage on this front. The reason we want to have a disadvantage is because we want to bait the AI into attacking us while they perceive us as weak. In a fight with even odds, we demolish Mexico. Our troops are better, we've got defensive buffs, and there's another buff that we're going to grab later, but not quite yet. So, unpause the game, we are going to wait for the enemy advancement bar to progress to 90. Remember, we're trying to bait them into an attack. So once this bar hits 90, we're gonna pause it. Now, if you caught it right there, that bar only made it to 81. This is something the AI will do. Not entirely sure why, but it is not a problem for us. All we're gonna do now is sit and wait until that bar comes back. You're gonna have to pay extra attention to this. If you miss it, you're screwed. Now, in my own history, this happens about when this army is traveling with 3 days left. So that's about the goal that you're gonna wanna look for, but keep an eye on it regardless. The AI can be wonky. All right, so I'm still watching. We're 6 days left, still watching, 5 days left, 4 days, and it should pop up just about right now. See, exactly. So 4 days, it's about 3 days. This is now back on the table. It's going to continue from where it left off, but it's going to drop off at a different number for your game. Pay attention to this. We're going to unpause and pause it the moment it hits 90. The moment this leftmost number is a 9, that's when you pause. So unpause 1, there we go, 91.5. Now what we're going to do is we're going to unpause for 1 more tick. 94. Now, the AI is fully committed to this battle. Pretty much under no circumstances will they back out from engaging. So now it's time to manipulate. Come back to this 5 army. What we're gonna do is disband it. Hit yes. What that does is teleports all of those units to the nearest army, and in that case, it's the only army we have on the front. Organization is back at 100, even though their organization was low. This now gives us a pretty solid advantage on this front. But we can do more. Come over to the government tab, under politics, make sure your armed forces is in the government. If not, put them in there because sometimes the Yowman farmers are in there. I don't know why. But what we're going to do, come over to the laws tab, we are going to enact colonial exploitation. This is going to have the added benefit of making our armed forces loyal, and because they're powerful, that is going to provide us with an extra 20% defense. Once all these things are complete, congratulations, you've won. Time to let it play out. War is going to trigger immediately, and it's going to be a 5-on-4. Their offense is only 22, ours is 43. We have death stacked our defense to the moon. It is somehow higher than the highest defense in the world. We are going to smoke this army. Well done. First battle is won. At this point, you are going to get this notification right here. General Santa Anna captured. This is going to give us the option to white peace with Mexico in exchange for Santa Anna. This is the coward's way out. We are going to fight on and take back everything that belongs to us. So let him run back to Mexico. We will fight on. Same thing again. The advantage is now 7% in our favor. We're going to let them hit us again. Battle is on a second time. It is even more destructive than the first time. 40 defense on their 18-17 offense. Demonstrable. We destroyed them. We have a 53% advantage right now. At this point, we can go ahead and push into them. But in case this isn't your number, say you got a little bit unlucky with the modifiers, after the second battle, you should have about even odds with your enemy. So what you're going to do to ensure that you have an advantage is the exact same thing we did at the beginning. We're going to create a new military army. We're going to pull this man over with 1 battalion, send this to the new army, send the army with 5 divisions to the HQ in Texas, and then we're going to sit and watch for the exact same thing again. Eventually, they'll gain the confidence to attack, and once they do, we will manipulate them again. Here we go, the bar is charging up now. Make sure to slow it down as to not go over the top, 93, and on the second tick afterwards, they are at 99.4. Delete this army, or disband, I should say. Yes, we have 37% advantage, and they're about to throw themselves at us and be absolutely destroyed. Look at this battle. It is demonstrous. And now we have an 83% advantage on the front line. We can begin our counterattack, turn this man to offense, and if you would also like, you can hire another general and have him push as well. This is how you beat Mexico every single time as Texas. This state is now ours, and all we need to do is sit on the defense, and that's what we're gonna do. Defend, defend, and we are good. Now, we've won the war with Mexico, but we're not out of the woods just yet. In order to maintain our independence, we have to worry about the United States of America, who will come knocking. In order to fend them off, we need to have good relations with others, primarily Great Britain. Now, Great Britain might not always like you, but we're gonna check to see the relations of us with other great powers. Diplomacy, we're gonna hover over the rest of Europe. So Great Britain is protective of us. This is exactly what we wanted. If they're protective, they're more likely to set up defensive pacts and such, and that's what we would really like to have. Other great powers can also have this attitude, so you're gonna wanna pay attention to see who exactly has it and who doesn't. We're gonna gun for a defensive pact with one of these countries. Since it's Great Britain, I'm going to go ahead and start improving relations with them. And I'm also going to declare an interest in Mexico for later. Now it's just time to sit and wait for this war to end. Mexico's war support is going to drop. They're not going to be able to get enough people in, and once they do, they'll attack us again, and we will simply win any fight that they engage in because our defense is just too strong. Mexico's war support is falling off now. We just got to wait for them to be willing to accept. And there we go. They're willing to give us Mexican Texas, propose the peace deal, and we have an independent Texas that's looking rather nice, I must say. Now, if you come to the journal tab, you're gonna see Texan independence. The problem with this journal entry is that it gives one of two possible options. It will either make us a dominion of the United States or give us prestige and give the United States a claim on us. If they get a claim on us, they're gonna want to conquer us, which is bad, and if we're a dominion of them, that's also bad. Another problem with this journal entry, though, is that they're going to get a claim on us regardless. Pretty much, no matter what, the US is going to come to try and take our state. So, if you want my personal recommendation, try to prevent this from coming true. They'll get a claim on our state eventually, but they'll get a claim on it faster if we improve relations with them. So, keep the relations neutral. Don't let it go up, don't let it go down. That is my advice to you. Now, as soon as our port is done, which it has just finished, it is now hiring people, we're going to need to abuse trade relations. Great Britain is currently not willing to give us a trade agreement. We need to get a trade agreement with Great Britain to improve relations faster. America will come to conquer us at about 1840, so we need to have really high relations with Great Britain before then. So, how do we get a trade agreement with Great Britain? Well, we need to make it worth it for them. So, start importing every single thing you possibly can from Great Britain. Leave the game paused while you do this because we don't actually need any of the stuff we're importing, we're just trying to manipulate the AI into giving us a trade agreement. And there we go, we have an absolute surplus of inefficient trade routes that aren't actually trading anything, but Britain doesn't care, they want a trade agreement with us. Confirm that, and there we go, we now have a trade agreement, Great Britain. And after you get your trade agreement with Great Britain, you can come back and get rid of all these trade routes that we just really don't need. Don't do it before they accept though, because then they will deny your trade request and you'll damage relations with them, which is a very no bueno moment. Also, if you would like to, you can also grant Great Britain investment rights. This will help increase relations even faster, and honestly, in this situation, it's worth it. If they dominate our economy, they dominate our economy. As long as America doesn't dominate us, we're good. And now it's just a waiting game. We need the US to not invade us immediately, and sometimes they do. Sometimes they do, and you're just screwed. Most of the time, they wait until at least 1840, and they'll hold a protective attitude towards us for a while at least. But our next goal is to invade Mexico again. We just finished doing colonial exploitation, which means we can establish a colony in Texas. I recommend doing it just in Texas because this is going to boost your population in incorporated states, whereas if you go into Oklahoma, it's not going to be incorporated, it's not going to boost your colonization speed. But far be it for me to tell you what you can or cannot do. Institutions, snag another level of colonial growth generation, and we should be able to get this state pretty quickly. Politics, government. Now that all of that is done, it's time to game the system just a little bit. I'm going to reform the government so that we have a righteous government with 100% legitimacy, and I'm going to try passing a few laws. Specifically, the one that I find the most beneficial to pass is get dedicated police force. The Southern planters should be super happy with you at this point, so passing this law isn't going to hurt too much. Reduces some of the landowners' power, and overall it's just a better policy. Now we're just in a waiting game. But as we can see, our relations with Great Britain are rocketing up super quickly. We're gaining a level every 20 days, which is incredible. Standard of living should be up above 10 at this point, which is, in this case, number 17 in the world. It was 15, but it's not too bad. The only focus you should have right now is domestic affairs. Try to get your population up. Okay, America has become cautious towards us, not enough to want to conquer us yet. As of right now, only Mexico has a claim on our state, but America will get one eventually. Now, take note, it looks like France is also protective of us, so I'm gonna make a rivalry with Mexico and then try to improve relations with France as well. I think in this case, I'm going to get rid of my cavalry because I don't frankly need it. We're a very defensive-oriented military, and turn my military wages back to normal. That should help a little bit of the bleeding. I might also go back up to middle-of-the-road taxes just to not go broke. This should fix itself once we build up a few more buildings, so I'm not too worried about it. Dedicated police force has passed. You can increase this institution if you would like to. I'm not too worried about it. At this point, we're just kind of waiting to see how lucky we do or do not get. France has blown up. That's a bit problematic for us, but not too bad. Perhaps the new France will like us just as much as the old France did, or perhaps the new France or the old France will win. I don't know. After your main building queue is done, you can really just build whatever your pops need at any given time. I'm going to check and see what they need for standard of living. It looks like wood, so I'm going to queue up another logging camp, or at least I would, but they don't really seem to be fulfilling everything. So instead, I'm going to hit the textile mill because at the moment, unemployment is the main problem because there just isn't any. There's no people who need jobs. We did such a good job managing our economy that there's no room to grow. Damn, France seems to be employing the if Britain occupies me, then my civil war can't occupy me strategy, and it doesn't seem to be working for them. Oh, maybe it did. We'll see if France can turn it around against radical France. Ah, okay, so this is new. Great Britain wishes for us to join the British Empire. In all my days of testing, I've never been able to get my leverage high enough. I believe in this situation it is preferable. We just need to make sure we leave before getting subjugated by Britain. And even if we do, it's not the hardest one to break free from, considering they're across the ocean. So we're going to accept this one, actually. Mainly to avoid pissing them off, because I would still love a defensive pact. Alright, once they hit 50, we are going to be able to get a defensive pact with them, I believe. Form defensive pact, owe an obligation, +2. Confirm, and we've got it. Texas is independent, and they will stay as such, as long as Great Britain does not subjugate us. This is perfect. The United States cannot attack us without fighting Great Britain, which would pull in probably a lot of these countries up there. We're good. We are so good. This is objective complete. Earn our independence and maintain it. But that's not where this video ends. We gotta turn Texas into a major power, and that will begin shortly. As soon as our truce with Mexico is up, we got 2 more years on it. We're just building up in the meantime. I'm gonna import my guns from the British market, I believe. Yes, sir. We're about 1 year out until we can fight Mexico again. And Britain and France have declared war on each other. That's interesting. What are they wanting to do? Conquer French Indian Ocean territory? Who declared this war? That's a ballsy play by France. At least I'm assuming France did it. We have finally snagged pharmaceuticals right here, which means we can go to the politics tab, go under laws, healthcare. We want a public health insurance institution. This is the one that we've been waiting for. This is going to give us quite a nice bonus to our standard of living. And research at this point, what do I even want to do? Probably go into production, I believe. Let's hit the water tube boiler. How about it? Truce lasts for another 3 months against Mexico. Unfortunately, our infrastructure is maxed out, which is preventing us from building anything new without fucking things up kind of badly. And even if we could build anything new, there's no one to work in them, so what's the point? Before the patch came out, Mexico didn't really build up their military. Now they do. So we have to build up a little bit stronger before we can even attempt to fight Mexico, because they're just stronger now. All my work that I put in yesterday is for naught, but that will not deter me from turning Texas into the superpower we all know it can be. I will say, now that I've got my defensive pact, I can cancel foreign investment rights with Britain because, quite frankly, I don't need them. I don't want them buying out my entire country. Now, in theory, eventually the United States and Mexico will go to war with each other, and at that point I can jump in and do a little trolling, one might say. Or the American Civil War happens? Interesting. But I don't care about that because I finally got public health insurance. This institution is going straight to tier 4. We're gonna get our population growth up into the big numbers. Since I've got my public health insurance, I'm gonna go and try to grab professional army. These guys won't like it, but I don't care. We've got a 60% chance to pass, and professional army is gonna be something almost essential if we're going to beat Mexico in a fight later. As it stands, we can't build any more divisions in Texas because there simply isn't room for them, apparently. And there it is. America finally decided it wanted to conquer me. I told you they get a claim on Texas eventually, whether we be nice to them or not. So once you get to that point, you can just go ahead and improve relations with them because it's not going to do anything but give you some prestige. And there's professional army done, and Free States of America won their independence. That's kind of cool. That's going to make it a little bit easier for us in the future. Standard of living is going up just as planned, and we still have 2 levels of the health system to go. The Texan population is growing incredibly quick. We're almost at 200,000 people already, and it's not even been 10 years. Now, I'm gonna attempt to put the intelligentsia in the government in order to pass public schools. I don't know if this is gonna work or not, but if we can get public schools as well, we will be in such good shape. Let's see if we can grab anybody here in the agitators list that would also help. It doesn't appear they would. That's all right though. We'll save our agitator slot for later. A lot of stuff has just happened in the British Empire. Oh God, what happened? I don't understand what happened. They're still in the British Empire. This game is lying to me. I like being lied to. Personal pastime of mine, honestly. Looks like we've actually got a pretty good chance for public schools to pass. Plus 15% on Texas. We'll see what this little modifier is. So 22% chance to pass with 6% to advance and 8% to stall. We should have this. Extra teachers, more enactment success chance, 30%. Let's go. Public schools is in the bag almost. Oh, what is this? Another American Revolution? So an aristocratic revolt. Now, do they have the power? I think they do have the power to win. So that's normal America with 3 battalions, and And here is Big America with 15. So yeah, I think I may offer to support them. Offer support for diplomatic pacts for a trade agreement for guarantee independence. Ooh, I might do that. They guarantee my independence, force them to stay on good terms with me. And did they take it? They did. Let's go. Now, if only they'd give me a war goal, that would be beautiful. Perhaps I could get an alliance with them in the future and use that to beat up Mexico. We'll have to wait and see, I suppose. Standard of living up at 12 now. We're top 10 in the world for standard of living in 1845. This is excellent. Literacy rate isn't as good as I'd like it to be, but we're working on that right now. And the Comanche have launched a native uprising against us. Well, I guess I have to take care of that real quick. I think America's got this in the bag. The aristocratic revolt is doing very good, yes. Pen and paper stall. Ooh, we'll take the bureaucracy hit. Always take the bureaucracy hit. We need this law to pass. This is an important law that we need it to pass. We need it to pass good. Good. Damn, they're just getting, it's like watching ants run across the screen. What in the world am I watching? There are a bunch of little bugs. Bugs roaming across America. Oh my god. It's like a hive. Dude, what is this? That's so weird looking. Look at it. It's like a little worm. The worm of death eats America. Fair enough, I guess. Enactment time. Yes, we want enactment success chance to stay high. We beat the Comanche, so that's kind of neat. How is our infrastructure? Ooh, infrastructure's actually solid. We can build more stuff. What do we need to make people's lives better? Looks like grain and clothes. So 2 more maize farms, I guess, and another cotton plantation. Can I make peace for colonization rights? I can. Give me those colonization rights. Look how fast we colonize, 1 every 100-some days. And we have public education access. We can't afford it yet, so let's build our first government bureaucracy building. Get that education access, get that public health insurance. We are good on domestic affairs. Still not as many people as I'd like, and Mexico is still too strong for us to fight, but we're getting there. What in the world has happened to Brazil? Okay, never mind. I guess it's gone. Cool. Government bureaucracy building. Are you hiring people? Please be hiring people. I want you to. I'm gonna go ahead and build a paper mill as well. Get that queued up. Ooh, what did they upgrade? Transportation infrastructure. Infrastructure per 1,000 population. That's why our infrastructure went up. Thank you, Great Britain. My infrastructure thanks you. Still not enough people to actually work though, so that's a bit of a shame. Oh, America and Mexico just went to war with each other. Let's go. I can finally jump in and take what I want. Now, my initial plan was to go and invade Mexico. However, I've noticed something quite special. Mexico has 49 divisions and 14 in reserves. The United States of America, with their little enclave missing, is sitting at a casual 7 with 18 conscripts. Now, I don't know about you, but it seems like America might be the easier target to take out. So I'm gonna jump on this. I'm gonna let this battle take a little bit longer, and then we are going to declare war for one of these states down in the south. Let's see which state actually has the most people that I would like to take. That's got about 300,000. 300,000, 700,000. I see. So if we could take Tennessee, that's 1 million population, and then Arkansas, that would be a sizable buff to our population, and it would be our same primary culture. So here's my plan. Conquer state. We're gonna go with, ooh, wait, I could take 3 states down here because the infamy cost is nothing. Okay, so here's my plan. Conquer state. We're gonna start off by declaring a war for Alabama. Conquer, mobilize our troops, grab as many conscripts as we can, mobilize, raise conscripts, send to the front line. The plan is to play defensive first. They're at war with Mexico, and they're gonna have to fight them, and Mexico is actually incredibly strong. We actually have an advantage on this front. So we need to take advantage while we have a big advantage. Makes sense, right? Add war goal, conquer state of Louisiana. We're also going to conquer the state of Mississippi. This is going to give us quite a few more people. Now, they're still feeling confident against us, which is good for us. We're gonna let this play out to 79 and see what happens. So, no one's gonna get involved. Infamy is at 21. I think we can be ballsy. Add war goal. I'm gonna conquer the state of Georgia as well. That's gonna put us slightly over the infamy cap, and then also add war reparations. We are being greedy little bastards, trying to take as much of America as we possibly can. Generals. Now, I have to admit, I may have sold my good general to the British for an obligation. What are you gonna do about it? So, let's see if we can re-roll another tactful guy and do the same manipulation that we did before, or at least get a defensive one. This man's a cocaine addict. Let's hire him and fire him. Looking for the same tactful perk as before. Retire you, retire you. I'm trying to avoid retiring anybody of the armed forces because we still need that patriotic fervor. Ooh, meticulous artillery commander. That dude could be quite beneficial, actually. He's better than this guy, so let's retire him and use this man as our main offensive general. Cruel and offensive planner. Extra kill rate. That could also be really good. We may just go for an offensive strategy since we do have a pretty decent advantage. Let's import some guns from the British. I think we're good on this. They're at war with Mexico. That's drawing a lot of their troops off. We've got an advantage here. They're pulling more troops away. It's over. Let's go. Let's take all this stuff from America. Let's get it. Though, make sure your military wages are up to 5. And hopefully we don't go bankrupt in the process, but we should be okay. 28 offense versus their 25 defense. Another battle. Oh, we've got it. We've got them on the ropes, I think. If not, we can always play defense for a bit. Oh, yeah, we are good. We are so good, in fact. Look at this advantage we have. Oh, that's beautiful. Let's hire more generals. Let's just keep pushing. Another offensive planner who's meticulous and a guy who's direct. We've got the offensive God Squad going down, punching all the people who live in the South. Look at this. It's beautiful. We're decking the United States of America as Texas. This goes pretty much against everything that I had planned last night until the patch came out, but I don't care. This is amazing. This is way better than what I had planned. It's beautiful. Look at it all. Look at everything that's about to belong to us. Mexico's winning. Texas is winning. Maybe I should be friends with Mexico, but I'm pretty sure that I already added them as a rival, so that's not going to happen anytime soon, and I just got rid of one of my biggest defenders. But not my biggest defender. What in the hell did you guys do? Why does the U.S. own goddamn Utah? I guess the Mormons had to go somewhere, didn't they? Oh well, get Georgia and we are good. Oh, apparently we're just already good. Make peace. I want everything. Give me everything. They won't accept everything, but I want everything. I'm a greedy little bitch. I want everything. Please give it to me. Please. I've got it. Look at Texas. We stretch out and chop America in half. Let's go. Apparently my whole goal in all these videos is just bully the United States. Look at this jump in population. We just got 2 million GDP, 2 million population. Man, we are so good on everything right now. And it's our primary culture, so a lot of this should be cheaper to incorporate, but damn is it expensive in the first place. All right, time to do some market corrections because it looks like some of our methods are a little jank. Do we have the option for an iron mine? It looks like we do, and it's in Alabama. Let's do it. Let's not use the construction sectors that we just got. I know that they're beneficial, but we're also too broke. Military wages going back down. We've got some market imbalances to fix. Things are going incredibly well for us right now, though. We have almost reached minor power. Wheat just became very expensive. Okay, that's not great. How's the U.S. doing? Oh, they've only got 6 battalions. They are right for the picking. We're gonna come back a second time and just take everything from them. Damn, where's all our wheat going? We have no grain. Let's just start building it. We need that out and about everywhere. Our people's lives are terrible because they can't eat food. This is a mild problem. Let's incorporate Mississippi, and Alabama will be a little bit of a deficit on bureaucracy, but it's not bad. Let's get these states incorporated. Oh, there's so much shortages everywhere. Okay, we're working on it. I can say that much. I'm curious how many conscripts we can get now since we have so many more people than we used to. A few more. Not an amazing amount, but I'll take it. All right, we've corrected most of the imbalances in the market. We still have a shortage on paper, but that should be fixed shortly. There you go. Standard of living's coming back up. We're doing a U-turn. Get those loyalists back in our country. I'm going to take my declared interest off of Mexico and throw it in the Midwest because I think we'll be doing a lot of our expansion there instead of what my initial plan was, which was into Mexico. All right, money's pouring in again. Let's get ourselves our construction sector back. Population's going down there, and there's a revolution for homesteading. Can I pass homesteading? Piss them off? That will piss them off royally. That's a bit of a problem. Can I reform the government to be more legitimate? I can. All right, so the intelligentsia have the presidency. Their power went way up and then way down. Are there any laws to pass? I'd like to do guaranteed liberties. That would be nice. Guaranteed liberties is such a strong internal security institution. Let's try for it. Let's try for it. Now, is that construction sector I built here actually getting stuff? It is. let's swap to iron frame and then try to make everything cheaper. All right, truce has got 19 months left against the United States. I want to take more states from them, thank you very much. Turmoil's a bit high though, I gotta get my radicals down. Standard of living's going up though, so that's helping quite a bit. And if we can get guaranteed liberties, we'll be in really good shape. All right, guaranteed liberties down. It's gonna help us manage our loyalists and radicals much easier. I'm gonna go ahead and start increasing that institution along with my police, law enforcement, and that should fix a lot of the problems I'm having with radicals at the moment. Standard of living's up to 12, number 10 in the world. And I mean, to be fair, we still have a big economy problem, but I'm working on it. It would go away a lot sooner if everybody wasn't cranky. All right, Afro-American uprising, huh? This should be easy to fix, but it does hurt our economy just a little bit. Though now we're only missing a lot of iron, but our iron is coming from these states specifically. So, trade route. Britain, help me, Britain. Thank you, Britain. Very good. That'll help the bleeding a little bit at least. Just crush them. We're not worried about them. Blow them out the water. There we go. Easy, easy day. Crush them all. Get them out of here. You ain't seceding from Texas. Texas secedes from you. Well, it appears I fixed a lot of my radical problems by just killing them. When it works, it works. Britain wants to do foreign investment. I'd rather they didn't. I guess we are still in their power block, and they haven't tried to subjugate us yet. Not too bad. We are kind of benefiting pretty hard off this power block, though. I'm not gonna lie, but hey, that's not a problem. What is a problem is that we're still an insignificant power with all of this. Our economy is not good enough for how many people we have. It needs to be better. We've almost gotten past all of our market shortages, I will say. And once we can do that, we'll be in such a better position to actually go and take out things in the world. All right, peace treaty is over with the United States of America. I think it's time to go to war again. Our infamy's at 0. Let's do this. Let's see, which state do I want to conquer though? There's a 1 million population in Tennessee, which is good. Ooh, North Carolina. Dang, I think a lot of these states are the ones we're after. Yes, sir. Maybe we go for Kentucky and Tennessee, chop them in half, and then leave all of this to starve out, giving us even better conditions to go after them later. What's Florida? Florida's nothing. But yeah, it seems like Tennessee, Kentucky, and North Carolina are their big states, so let's go in and try to take Tennessee. 12 infamy, I think we got it. Now, they've built up their army just a little bit since we've last fought, but what they don't know is that we have 69 conscripts. Nice. And that will be the difference between us with a win and a defeat. Because as much as they can muster, we can muster more. Though it looks like they are trying to push this southern front. Be a little sneaky hooligan, it seems. So let's fix that real quick. We'll take 3 and the 1 mobile artillery. Send all these guys over. Confirm that. You guys get to this front and just hold defense. I know you're direct, and I know I have everyone pretty much hired to be offensive, but I think we got this. Now we're going to add another war goal. Conquer state of Kentucky. That's going to put us slightly over the cap of infamy, and war reparations, because war reparations keep our economy afloat. I'm going to make sure to set all my defensive generals. Let's do this. I am ready to punch them again. Damn, they are death stacking on this bottom front now, and not as much on the top. So what's the play here? They've still got 5 divisions that they haven't sent in yet. We just need to get our conscripts up, I believe. Do they have a good offensive general here? Not really. Can we get a tactful guy? Do they exist still? I don't think they do. We could use this man. He's a surveyor for 10% extra defense in home counties. We can retire this commander, hold you on the defense, check and make sure our armed forces are still loyal. They are not, actually. This is good. That means we can make them loyal. We can pretend to pass National Guard as soon as this war starts, because I want to maintain the law I currently have, which is guaranteed liberties, because guaranteed liberties is better. Problem is, we're lacking on bureaucracy quite a bit, so those are going to get queued up. Or I'm just going to swap filing cabinets on one of them. Really, just whatever works. All right, so they're technically winning on both fronts at this exact moment. So as soon as this war kicks off, here we go. Let's win back our armed forces. They want laws. See, is there anything else I could do? Yeah, this is the one we're going to have to do. It's only got a 6% chance to pass, so it's probably not going to. That's going to put this on a winning front, but this south I'm a bit worried about. We got a few more conscripts we can grab, so might as well snag them. I want to win a big battle on the north front 30 on 30. I was hoping for a better odd than that. Okay, it's giving us a pretty solid advantage on the north now. If we can consolidate this into a single front, I think we should win. Pull some troops off and send them to the south. We'll take 5 over. Confirm that they'll run over down there real quick. Help out this front. That's hopefully enough to hold it. I don't think it is. What's their war goal? They want to conquer Texas. Ooh, that means that, okay, we're actually in good shape then. We should win this war. We should absolutely win this war. And how are they pushing me? Oh, they're just bringing in more troops. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. All right, it's been consolidated into a single front. Here's what we do. Everybody go to this front, and we're just gonna hold here as long as we can. They don't have the troops to push us all the way through, though we might need to import a few more guns. I thought we were already doing that, but apparently we weren't. They're only taking those 2 states from us. That's fine. Eventually, yep, they'll get ballsy, and then they're gonna start throwing their troops away on this front. Give me the defense advantage that I know I have. He's a surveyor, he's meticulous, he's got a defensive bonus. You don't have a defensive bonus, and you do have a defensive bonus. So let's get rid of this man, retire him, see if we can get a better defensive guy. You're at least a little bit defensive, so let's go with it. Everyone should be defensive. We can go with adamant defense as well if we need to. There we go. That should give us the win. All right, we have a 20% advantage. Time to go with more cheese strats. I'm gonna pull some troops off the front and have them sit on this base. We want to keep them attacking us over and over and over and waste all their troops on the defense. There we go. They've only got 6,000, 7,000 left. How many do we have in this one? 10,000. Send them back to the front. It's time to punish them. They got greedy. They thought we were weak. It's time to send them back. 43% advantage. We've got everything we need. Push them back. Now we just keep the pressure on. They can never recover their troops, and we win. We win. We are the best. Good day, America. Texas is the true United State. United under the Texas state, that is. What did you even think you could do? Man, your numbers, we have conscripts. Conscripts work just as well if you know how to use them. Come on, keep pushing them. Push them everywhere. Another one offensive dude. We're gonna hire another one. Here's our tactful guy that we didn't even need. We're too good. We didn't need him. We didn't need him. Look at these numbers. Look at these numbers. 70% advantage. And Britain wants to pay our debt happily. Pay my debt. Thank you, sir. Kentucky is ours. The front's split now. They're moving down. Do we accept white peace? Absolutely not. No, we're taking everything we want, everything we need. We're gonna use your money to pay off my debt, conquer Tennessee, conquer Kentucky, and war reparations. Thank you very much. It's a little bit border gore, I know, but we're winners. That's all I care about. Look at that bureaucracy. We've got so much now. So much bureaucracy. Incorporate Tennessee, incorporate Kentucky. It's gonna be a little bit of a deficit at first, but that's gonna go up just in time. And now we don't even need to pass National Guard anymore. We're good. We're good. We're so good. Now, it looks like we might need to delete these universities because as good as we are, our economy is not. Sorry, universities of Kentucky and Alabama. No basketball or football today. Finally reached minor power status. How's the US doing? US is doing, quite frankly, terrible. Let's look at their numbers. GDP has fallen off. It's almost halved. Population, ooh, big hits. Our population's at 5 million now. What's Mexico's? Mexico is at 9 million population. So we're slowly winning up everything we need to fight back. Now, the Free States of America, we probably won't be able to fight at all because they are, how you say, very powerful, unlike the United States of America. But maybe we can get an alliance with them. That would be helpful. This is probably the most border gore I have ever seen the United States end up in, and honestly, I'm all for it. All right, things are finally starting to look good economically. All I had to do was turn taxes up. I've had taxes on 1 this whole time accidentally. Great for the people. Standard of living was pretty decent, but my money totals were very bad. Let's take a moment to check out the rest of Europe. I think it's time to take a moment to check out what's going on in the rest of the world. Because right now, the Americas look terrible. First off, South America. Basic, normal South America. All right, no border gore there. Africa, anything interesting in Africa? Gelady is British, and Britain's doing the typical colonizing thing, and France has taken the north. Pretty normal. How's Europe look? Almost identical to how it did at the beginning. Persia's eaten Afghanistan, so they seem to be winning the Great War. British Raj ate Burma, and Uluru is now in Australia. Fair enough. So all in all, it doesn't look like the world has changed much other than right here, and it's been all my fault. You're welcome. I say at this point, all we gotta do is just keep building up, wait for our peace treaty with America to go out again, and then punch them in the nuts for a third time. Not too shabby if I do say so myself. I think next target, North Carolina and Virginia. And at that point, I don't think there's anything they can even do to us anymore. How much GDP is here? About 1 million, and over 1 million right here. So 2 million GDP to add on top of what we already do puts us pretty close to the top 10 spot. And look at this, we can build another construction sector, and yes, it's going back into Texas. What's Texas's population? We've crossed 1 million, pulling all these people. Damn, look at that weekly migration. Damn, that's a ton. Oh my god, so many people moving here. All the English people. Texas will be proper British land. Oh great heavens, that's not what I wanted at all. Let's check out the cultures. Dixie. Second is English. We got the Afro-American cultures. You know, it's been a while since I've actually checked my government to see if there's any laws I can pass. It doesn't particularly seem like anything worthwhile. Our money is pouring in now. Things are becoming cheaper and we're just making more and more money. Big money, that is. Big mass migration target. Oh my god, look at the growth rate on this state, this population. So many people moving to Texas. Annual migration is almost 350,000 people a year. That is wild. That's wild growth rate. How much longer till our truce runs out? 16 months, and then we can make another round of conquest, giving Texas all its rightful land of just owning the United States of America. Not really sure what to do about Mexico at this point, though. Mexico just kind of likes us. They'd make an alliance with us if we wanted. I don't know when our rivalry ended. Cool, I guess. And would you look at that? We've got enough money for yet another construction sector. It's going down into Texas. Looks like the mass migration target has finally worn off, so not making nearly as many people come to Texas as we used to, but we did just almost cross 6 million people. GDP is rocketing up. My friends, we are in such good shape right now. The United States of America is 1 point above me right now. They have 56 prestige and we have 51. I think it's time to finally put the United States under. Given 9 months, 8 months actually. Our plans are coming to fruition. Everything is going great. Just ignore everything you see right here. Grain's not expensive, you're expensive. Got him. And we don't need to worry about any of these at the top either. No, no, no. How much longer? 3 months left. It's down to weeks. 13 weeks. 12 weeks. Get ready to say goodbye, America. It is Texas time. Uh-oh, looks like the treaty's over. Time to punch the United States yet again. Conquer state. This time we're going straight for Virginia. Actually, no, let's take out North Carolina first. Let's do it. Great Britain's not gonna side with them. France ain't gonna side with them. It's just a one-on-one this time, America. What are you gonna do about it? The answer? Nothing. Look at all the conscripts I can pull. We're at 52 this time, and that's all we're gonna need. They don't have the troops to stop me. They're worried this time, as they should be. So we're gonna add a war goal of war reparations for 1, because we want war reps. I'm really just kind of hoping that they don't give in, because I would really like to fight them, but I also really want to take Virginia. So, all right, let's just hope we get lucky. Maybe if they have advantages on other fronts, they'll be more content to fight it. -35, I think they'll fight it. I think they will. They'll absolutely get dog-washed if they try to, but hey, I am okay with that. So we're going for these 2 states. That's going to take their capital. Their capital's going to get shipped off to who knows where. Oh, it's going to be so good for us. Let's go ahead and half this army, send 1 over to our other end, just so we don't get, you know, walked up on real easy like. And it's time to finish off America. What can they do? What can they do? Nothing. The answer is nothing. They're going to try to send 1 dude down here to push me on my flank, and it's not going to do anything. Because I've already got my war goals. Both of them. Already done. We're pushing into West Virginia. There's not a thing in the world they can do to stop me right now. West Virginia's mine. Push up into Maryland. We'll take DC. We'll take, what is that, Delaware? Yeah, Delaware. I know the states of where I live. Of course I would. Why wouldn't I? Come on, crush America, bring about their downfall. Texas is the true America. They call it the Lone Star State because it's the only goddamn state left on the map. Thank you Goodbye, sir. Loser again. Look at this. Look at this border gore we've created, but look at this. 8 million population, 8 million GDP, number 17 in the world. What is the United States of America? They have fallen off. They're about to be an insignificant power. 2 million GDP, maybe 3 if you're generous, with only 6 million population. We have beaten the United States of America. We are on par with Mexico at the moment, and we are just behind the Free States of America. Get these guys incorporated, and then realize that we need even more bureaucracy. God damn, everything is about bureaucracy nowadays. Let's see, where did their capital flee to? Is it DC? It's gone back to DC. That's hilarious. Yeah, sorry America, but I don't think you're recovering from this anytime soon. The only problem about bullying America so hard is we make no money from war reparations now. Kind of depressing, not gonna lie. But with that, we have accomplished our goal, becoming more powerful than the United States of America. I know that the Free States of America still exist, but we could beat them in time. The problem is the same patch that made this a much harder strategy also tanked the performance, so we're back to waiting 2 hours to get to 1860, so I'm done with this run. Hey, welcome to the end of the video. If you made it this far, you might as well check out this video where I take one of the worst starting nations, Serbia, and form the nation of Yugoslavia out of them. That's gonna be it from me though. I hope you all enjoyed, and I wish you all a great rest of your day. Goodbye.